Hey guys, today's Monday. Today's a bit a different day for me, or a bit a different video I'm going to make. So what I'm going to talk about is that right now I'm basically doing a internship at a firm. So I'm not really able to trade for the next month. And yeah, today was a rough day because I'm kind of definitely a bit stressed by the fact that I cannot really trade the opening for a whole month. Um, that's probably a bit in my case, not a step back, but I just felt like lately I was making so much progress, so really unfortunate, and therefore I was really emotional today. Was trading actually on my phone first, was losing some trades, was actually then in the right trades, and still was not content with enough. And now I've kind of I've blown my evil, but in that case it's not really that deep, because I'm also not now going to trade for 1 month, so it's kind of like a trading yeah pause, I would say. um, but yeah, so let's go over today's conditions. Actually got stopped right here at the at the high, so let's see how this delivers. But yeah, let's talk about today's conditions. So first of all, we finally trade lower the last 2 days. So Thursday and Friday was also not there able to trade, but I will definitely journal those 2 trading days, because there we definitely had some nice opportunities to go short. So we're definitely looking for the low-hanging fruit right there. I mean, if we adjust it for the contract switch, we already swapped it. But yeah, we are still looking forward for it. Once again, we would like to see a low resistance day to the downside, but after a really strong sell-off, you can expect that Monday, so or the next day, is going to be a inside day, a more retracing day. So that's basically why we're not really as bearish as expected. We have really low resistance liquidity, so Asia lows, London lows, and really much low resistance liquidity right here, like trendline liquidity, which I really would have liked that we go for, especially for Asia and London lows. But here the quadrants, that's basically marked out, or is marked out the regular trading hours mid-range gap. So I think we can drop to that. Was today taking it right here, because once again I was trading on my phone as well, so I only have one chart basically, so was marking it out right here. And today actually was quite interesting, because we definitely disrespected the upper quadrant level, and then we definitely want to see that we trade back to CE at least. What I would have liked to see, that we really come down, sweep Asia and London lows, close in the gap, and eventually even trade lower for the into the high time frame gap right there. I think that would have been really nice to see. Maybe sweep also the lows right here. In that case, we kind of found support at CE, and from then trade higher. That's what we did today. But yeah, so let's talk about today's opening. So I was not able to trade in here. I don't know if I would have taken any trades. So we swapped New York Open Kill Zone, says buys liquidity, and we are definitely oversold, overbought, sorry guys, in that condition, especially with having a bearish scenario in mind. It's also kind of a nice market maker sell model in here, because we can already look for the upper quadrant level and New Open Kill Zone says liquidity. So right here to short would have been already, I think, possible, would have been a nice trade. Unfortunately, we do not really have any SMT being in play right there, so that's kind of a bit unfortunate. But I would have really liked to see that we get some SMT being in play. But in that case, what we could have done is the second, basically, once we close below CE of the order block, we can look for shorts, and that's basically what we can do. So basically just a breaker entry in that case. We take the lowest candle, in that case this one, and yeah, right there could have been a short already, so like that, I guess. And yeah, we could have aimed for new open kill zone, size liquidity, and the upper quarter level, something like that. It's a possible trade, I think, especially with having in mind that we do expect a higher time frame bearish buys. So then we basically have 10 a.m. and yeah, lately 10 a.m. was definitely something I was looking at. Powell and so on. Many are now focusing on trading Powell's 10 a.m. strategy. In my case, I think I already found my strategy, how I want to trade. In that case, it's just a confirmation tool, I think. And my first trade was actually correct. Went short right here. It was correct that we are going to inverse the gap right here, that we're going to accelerate lower. But unfortunately, what we did was that we placed our stop way too tight. I had it only above basically the high of the candle right here. In that case, that's the wrong approach. It has to be higher. In that case, also just look at the 5-minute chart. Just place it above the 5-minute high. Could have been so easily avoided to get stopped, to re-enter long, to get stopped once again. With just a wider stop, that would have been a perfect trade. Once again, I was trading on my phone. It was not that easy, and I think I'm also not going to continue trading on my phone in the future if I'm just not at home, relaxed, at least not or at least on my iPad being relaxed. Then I'm not going to trade. So being basically traveling and just trading on my iPhone, I think that's just not where I'm at right now. So definitely not going to repeat that. But yeah, that would have been a really nice entry. Finally, also went short in here. Did not take any partials in here. Would have been, if I do not have had any losers before, I think I definitely would have taken a partial, especially with the SMT being in play. But once again, because of the previous losses, I was too emotional, I was too greedy. But I was also aware that we're definitely going to trade back to the midnight opening price and also CE of today's Snoop range gap. So that was definitely a target I was looking for. Yeah, so got stopped right there. Kind of a bit over traded, unnecessary trades in here. Emotional once again, but finally went short also right here. And that was also once again a beautiful market maker sell model with 1030. Why? Because we have SMT being in play, and we still have targets to meet, in that case CE, and also in that case we already disrespected the upper quarter level right here. So before we see this aggressive retracement higher, we have this huge wick, not only the huge wick on the 5-minute chart, but also we still close below the upper quarter level, which indicates that we are going to trade at least back to the CE level of our today's Snoop range gap. So in that case, once again, a perfect short. Also took a partial right here and got stopped right here. Once again, was emotional trading, was not basically done with that. I think in that point I was still a bit down, so that's why I kept on trading. Once again, yeah, went short, went long, went short. I don't know what I yeah, really overtraded a lot in here. Long close macro. I expected kind of that we are either going to accelerate back towards the session low. So that's what I kind of was looking for. Was really, to me, a bit annoying that we could not find speed with after 11, so that we see such an aggressive retracement higher. But in that case, the stop out right here is perfect, and we should be done with that. And that's still a perfect trade. I mean, we book one partial, we get stopped in profit. That's perfect. Or we just take only the first trade right here with one partial and getting stopped, and we are done with that. It's just that I have to trade less, I have to take less losses, and so on. Overtraded in here, of course, on close macro is either going to accelerate towards the obvious sales liquidity draw, or we are definitely going to see a retracement. In that case, we saw a retracement, went long right here, and kind of took one off right here, got stopped. Yeah, just way too tight with my stop in that case, because I knew at that point right here, I knew that we're definitely going to use our long close macro for higher prices. I kind of was a bit confused by our consolidation inside the suspension block. But once again, it is completely obvious that our stop has to be below basically the 5-minute bodies in here, because we need to find some speed from here. I think the perfect world would even be to put it below CE of our bolo, of our 5-minute bolo. We could have also put it right here below CE, but in that case it's completely obvious that if you put a reason, and actually see how we deliver right here is a bit crazy, with a reasonable stop this would have been a perfect trade to the upside. It was to me obvious that we're definitely going to see a bit higher prices. Why? Because once again, back to regular trading hours. Now with the London close macro, we respected CE, so that's telling you that we are not going to trade lower. That's unfortunately the truth. Once again, we have also SMT still being in play. We did not take out the low right here. We have also 5-minute SMT being in play right there. So the London close macro is definitely going to trade higher. Why this trade is still not really worth it to take? Because we're kind of trading against the higher time frame. Therefore, high resistance conditions on the 5-minute chart as well. And really the trade just takes its time, steep retracements, and if you do not have proper risk management and stop loss placement, you will get stopped, and that's what happened to me. Still, yeah, it's obvious that we trade higher and basically form also the right shoulder right here of our head and left and third shoulder. I know that's kind of a retail pattern trade, but that's something I really see a lot, I have to admit, for a market. Or basically we could also just say that we have a market maker sell model right here, and that's a market maker buy model. We had two basically back to probably the upper quadrant level. Let's look. Yeah, perfectly met the upper quadrant level of our market maker sell model, market maker buy model, because that's the target we have to met if we have a market maker buy model basically being in play, and therefore because we are bearish, we're only going to trade back to the upper quadrant level and not external buy liquidity. Yeah, went short in here, also added, got stopped right here perfectly at the tick, what's insane, and then we delivered. Yeah, I think that could have been a quite nice trade, because I traded it also with 4 contracts. Was kind of, yeah, definitely risking my account here, but I was not really expecting much, because I'm now going to have so long a yeah, just not going to trade for a long time, for 1 month. It's not even that long, 1 month. It's going to be quick, but still kind of hurts. So I don't know, but we will definitely get there. I will still journal. I will still yeah, basically journal every day, look what I could have traded, journal those trades, and I think I'm already there. We'll just take a few more months and then we definitely get our first payout, I think. I'm definitely there with the right setup. So the short right here, perfect, the short right here, perfect, also the long right there, perfect. It's just right stop loss management, keeping a wider stop and being content with enough. In that case today was really a mess. But I think we still get there, and today was not really a I think not the truth about my psychology. So today was, I was kind of okay with blowing my account today, just to, I don't know why, but just wanted to have like a reset. I don't know if you get it, but that's basically it. That's a trade breakdown. And yeah, I hope you learned something new, and see you probably in 1 month. I don't know, maybe I will have the chance to trade once or twice, but I also what I really found out is that I definitely do not want to trade PM session and so on. So that's also what I learned the hard way. I'm only going to trade from 9:30 until at least a 9:30 until 11:30, and that's it, done. So I know today is kind of a how to call it, a exception, but yeah, still I want to be done basically also with the London close macro 11:30, so not later. That's the only thing I want to trade. So AM session and not something else, not pre-market, not lunch, not PM, not London, not Asia, only AM session. And that's what I found out the hard way. And if I'm not going to able to trade right here within our TM macro, within our London close macro, if I'm not there relaxed at my setup at home, where I can be really relaxed at the charts, then I'm not going to trade. And that's yeah, what is the case for the next month. So yeah, see you soon, guys, and safe trading.